Hi guys, Alistair Taylor here, and today we're going to take a look at the Titleist 716 CB irons. Right, so we've got the CB 716 CB iron. So forged head. This is the fitting iron, so you can see the kind of adjustments around the hosel we've got. But very, very clean lines, very small, compact head. We've got a little bit of tungsten, kind of down in the toe. So we're able to move the weight a little bit more around the perimeter of the club, making it a little bit more forgiving than your more traditional blades. So guys, these are a gorgeous looking golf club, kind of very blade-like to look at, but we've got that little bit more forgiveness in the back and that little bit of technology. So I've got 7 iron, stiff shaft, couple of degrees upright, ½ inch longer, so my spec, I've got this set up. 7 irons 35 degrees, so a lot weaker or more traditional in the loft than a lot of the stuff I've tested in the last 12 months. So I'm going to hit 5 balls kind of on the range, we'll look at some performance, then we're going to hit 5 shots into the green on the 18th at the Belfry. So like I said, behind the ball, I think it looks lovely. Small little head, so certainly won't appeal to the masses. Felt pretty solid. Tiny bit of shape. Nice shot, pitching 154, but nice and solid for a first hit. I mean, it certainly doesn't feel like it jumps off the face like some of the stuff out there. So this is by no means a distance iron. Felt a little bit harder off the face, like the middle low. And I was pitching 142. Initially that felt okay, but maybe just a little bit towards the toe when I look at the strike. But certainly for me it seems to kind of, I suppose because of the extra loft, seems to launch a little bit higher off the face. Seems to fly a little bit higher overall. That actually felt much more solid, maybe the second one a little bit out of the toe. Much more solid, that strike. Pitching 157, and it feels nice. It doesn't, for me it probably doesn't feel quite as soft as some of the forged product that I've hit, but it does feel softer than kind of a lot of the cast stuff out there, so that's something that does appeal to me. And again, felt good and solid, nice high flight. Pitching 158. I mean, certainly you guys can see from the ball flight here, not a lot of dispersion on it as well, which I like. It's a much tighter grouping. I think the second one will show up just a little bit short on distance. And again, felt nice and solid. Pretty tight dispersion on those shots. Pitching out there at 159. Okay guys, so for me probably 4 really good ones and 1 bit of a miss hit. Let's look at some numbers and see how the 716 CB performs. So when we look at the grouping involved, second one the ball speed was way down, so even though it kind of felt solid, certainly when I looked at the club face it was a little bit more towards the toe. So really dropped off, but ball speed, I mean, without that, I think the ball speed is around 115 mile an hour, so it's certainly back on where a lot of 7 irons are on the market. Launching at 21 degrees, so launching a lot higher than a lot of the 7 irons I've been testing recently. Predominantly down to the loft being 35 degrees, so much more loft on it than many of the things I've been testing. Backspin is 7,200, so really good backspin. So again, that extra loft helping me with that. Peak height at 34 yards, so maybe just a touch higher than I would normally hit, and an average carry of 153, but take that miss hit at 142 out, some very tight grouping at 154, 156, 157 and 158. Okay guys, so we look at the numbers, and I think for a 35 degree 7 iron, that performed pretty well for me. And I think certainly me personally as a player, I wouldn't have an issue getting into longer irons with this, even though I maybe in 3 iron would go into AP2, which I will review. So we're going to move on to the 18th fairway. I'm not going to be quite as far back as I would for some of the irons, but I'm going to be just over 160 yards. We're going to hit 5 shots into the green, see how close we can hit them, see how the ball reacts on the green. So once again, you know, imagine I've hit one straight down the middle. Shouldn't take too much imagination for you guys that watch my videos and watch me with driver. Okay, setting off just right the flag, drawing back. Okay, that first one probably not a great strike, a bit like the second one when I was testing it on the range. And didn't quite feel I got that one, just down on the bottom level. I just wonder whether at 162 I'm a couple of yards too far with this, but we'll keep hitting them and see if we can get up on that top deck, get close to that flag. That felt more solid, just needs to turn over a little bit more. And just not quite up on that top level, running all the way down. Nearly. We're getting there gradually. So yeah, I think probably I wouldn't, maybe with the greens being receptive, I probably wouldn't be able to get the 7-iron all the way to this flag. Didn't feel quite as good a strike. So again, not quite getting up on that top deck and just rolling all the way down to bottom level. Again, good shot, and you know, I've hit every green so far, which is pleasing. Maybe not hit it close enough to be making lots of birdies, but with my putting, anything's possible. So one final one. Again, nice solid one. Will it get up on that top deck? Yes. Okay, so guys, just one of those shots kind of got up on the top deck. For me, 716 CB, fairly forgiving. It's not even designed to be their most forgiving model, so fairly forgiving. I think reasonable distance for a 7-iron, and certainly at 35 degrees. It looks and feels great, and I think as a result of how it's set up, you're going to hit the ball nice and high, and you're going to generate the kind of spin numbers that you'd be looking for traditionally from a 7-iron. So that's why when we saw those shots into the green, the ball stopped really, really quickly. For me, would I consider putting those in my bag? Yeah, definitely. Like I said, maybe not in 3-iron, but 4-iron down, I would definitely consider those in my bag. If you guys are in the market for forged products, because you love blades, but you want maybe that little bit of help, for me, 716 CB is definitely something you should be trying and comparing with other products out there to see if it suits your game. Okay guys, as ever, really appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. Comment below. I know these have been out for a while when I've reviewed these, but comment below, let me know if you've got these in your bag. Let me know how you found them. Has it really helped bring your game to the next level? If you didn't go for these, let me know what you went for and your reasonings for being that other choice of club. I'll try and get back to everyone who does comment. Please subscribe to the channel if you don't already. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down there in the future. Stay in contact.